May the strong and silent peace of the Lord envelop you this morning. Before the day showed its first signs of light, before you even had time to realize what you were feeling, God was already here, awaiting this encounter. He saw when your heart awoke faster than the rest of your body. He perceived that feeling of instability that arises without explanation, as if everything were out of place, as if something were about to crumble, even without a clear reason. There are days when life seems to tremble inside, as if feelings are loose, as if certainties are cracking. It could be an old worry, a recent insecurity, an unexpected change, a silent fear, or simply the feeling that nothing is stable enough for you to rest. And perhaps today, you woke up exactly like that, trying to balance on emotional ground that seems too unstable. But listen, God brought you here because He specializes in moments like this. He doesn't ignore what troubles you. He doesn't despise your weaknesses. He doesn't turn away when your inner world falters. On the contrary, it is precisely on these days that He draws near with even greater strength. Today, He wants to remind you of a truth that transforms any difficult dawn. When everything seems unstable, God is your refuge. This video is not just a prayer, it is a shelter prepared by God for you, a safe place amidst what confuses you, pressures you, or frightens you, a space where you can breathe, reorganize your heart, and hear the voice that truly matters, the voice that says, "I am with you, I am your refuge, I am your fortress." And I ask you one thing, stay with me until the end, because what God is going to do today is not small. It is not momentary. It is not superficial. He wants to bring stability where there is fear. He wants to bring firmness where you feel weakness. He wants to lift you up precisely where everything seems fragile. If you remain until the end of this prayer, you will feel God's presence enveloping you like an unshakable wall. You will feel your inner self reorganizing. You will feel peace entering where there was once trembling. Today, God wants to show you that even when life seems unstable, He remains your safe refuge, and nothing can shake what He upholds. When we talk about instability, we're not just talking about external events. Sometimes what's shaking us isn't the world outside, it's the world inside. It's that feeling that everything can change suddenly, that something can slip through our fingers, that you need to be constantly vigilant because somehow you're afraid the ground will disappear beneath your feet. And that is precisely why God placed Psalm 46 before you today. He didn't choose this text randomly. He knew how you would feel upon waking. He knew about the emotional fluctuations, the silent pressure, the uncertainty that tries to steal your balance. And so He brought you here to hear one of the most powerful declarations in all of Word. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. This psalm isn't about people who never face fear. It's about people who find protection in the midst of fear. It doesn't describe perfect, stable, and predictable lives. It describes lives sustained even when everything is shaking. God doesn't promise that the world won't tremble. He promises that you won't be destroyed when it does. And perhaps you desperately need this truth today, because instability can come disguised as worry, anxiety, insecurity, unexpected news, disorganized emotions, a future you can't clearly see. Sometimes instability doesn't even seem like a problem. It just seems like an internal discomfort you can't explain. But God knows. He understands what you cannot translate. And He is about to show you, through this prayer, that you don't need a stable world to have peace. You only need a God who is unwavering. Stay until the end, because before this prayer is finished, something inside you will change. What seems unstable today will find rest. What seems uncertain today will find direction, and you will feel deeply what it means to have the Lord as your refuge. Before we continue, I want to invite you to take a small step of faith. Write the phrase in the comments, "God is my refuge today." This simple statement opens space for the Lord to align what is unstable within you. When you write, it's not meant to be seen, it's meant to be strengthened. Declare it sincerely and allow God to calm your heart. Now, I want you to slow down your soul for a few moments. Breathe deeply, letting the air in slowly, as if each breath were bringing order to where there was once restlessness. Feel the air slowly leave, taking with it some of the weight you've carried since the moment you woke up. If you can, close your eyes for a few seconds. Allow this to be the moment when everything around you quiets down and only the presence of God remains. Imagine a soft light resting upon you, as if the Lord Himself were enveloping you safely. Feel your shoulders relax, the internal pressure lessen, your thoughts align. This is the space where the heart finds refuge. It is here that the inner noise begins to quiet down. It is here that God reminds you that, even when everything outside seems unstable, He remains firm, immovable, and present. Take another breath and surrender your full attention to the Lord. He is already calming what once seemed impossible to control. Lord, before any request, even before opening my soul before you, I want to remember who you are. Because when life seems unstable, when everything I knew seems to tremble, it is your character that restores my balance. You are the God who remains firm when everything around moves. You are the God who remains unshaken when my feet no longer find ground. You are the God who is not afraid of chaos, does not retreat before storms, and is not confused when I feel lost. You are the God of Psalm 46, the God who is a refuge, a fortress, a very present help in trouble. You are the one who stands by my side precisely when the world seems to crumble. When my thoughts race, you remain steady. When my emotions waver, you remain constant. When my strength varies, you remain the same firm rock that sustains what I cannot hold alone. You are the God who governs all things perfectly. Nothing escapes your gaze. Nothing is out of your control. Nothing arises without your permission, and nothing remains standing when you decide to act. You are the God who sees the beginning and the end at the same time, and yet chooses to walk with me step by step, like a father who carefully guides his child so that he does not stumble. You are the God who calms what is in turmoil. While I try to understand what is happening within me, you have already seen what I haven't even been able to identify yet. You know the root of my fear, the exact point of my insecurity, the real reason for my inner instability. You know every thought before it forms, every feeling before it is felt, every worry before I can even name it. Nothing in me is unknown to you, and yet everything in me is loved by you. You are the God who enters where no one else enters, the God who calms not only external circumstances, but also internal storms. When my feelings waver, you remain steadfast. When my heart falters, you reach out. When my mind is lost, you find me. When the world screams, you whisper peace. When my faith falters, you remain faithful. You are the God who does not change, even when everything within me changes. And you are the God who protects me, the God who places an invisible wall between me and that which tries to bring me down, the God who guards my steps, protects my mind, strengthens my heart. Even when I don't realize it, you are there, diverting dangers, calming battles, silencing attacks, interrupting paths that would harm me. You are the God who fights for me when I have no strength to fight. You are the God who sustains me when I cannot stand on my own 2 feet. You are also the God who rules over chaos, the God who can calm seas with a word, the God who can transform earthquakes into peace, storms into paths, darkness into direction. You are the God who brings stability to what is shaken, order to what is confused, light to what seems dark. Nothing that frightens me is greater than your presence. Nothing that threatens me is stronger than your power. Nothing that worries me is deeper than your care. And for all this, Lord, I acknowledge you today. I acknowledge that you are my refuge when the world shakes. You are my strength when my heart falters. You are my security when everything seems uncertain. You are the God who remains when everything around me moves. You are the refuge that does not crumble, the fortress that does not break, the presence that does not abandon me. It is by remembering who you are that I find the first sign of peace. Lord, now that I recognize who you are, I open my heart before you to surrender everything that has been making me unstable inside. Because sometimes life shakes faster than I can react. Sometimes the ground seems to move. Certainties crumble, plans slip from my hands, and I'm left trying to hold on to a structure that no longer holds. And it is precisely in these moments that I realize how much I need to surrender, how much I need to trust, how much I need to rest in you. Lord, I surrender to you the fear of losing control, that fear that arises when everything changes too quickly, when circumstances shift without warning, when what seemed secure suddenly becomes uncertain. You know how I try to predict, plan, anticipate everything, as if that could prevent something from slipping through my fingers. But the truth is that this control is illusory, exhausting, impossible, and that is why I place this burden before you. I no longer want to carry the fear of losing what was never truly under my control. Father, I surrender to you the insecurities that try to consume me, that doubt that whispers, what if everything falls apart? What if nothing works out? What if I can't bear it? You know how many times these thoughts arrive uninvited, like waves crashing without rhythm, like winds that catch me off guard. Sometimes, Lord, I feel too small in the face of what I'm facing, but that is precisely why I surrender these insecurities to you, because you are greater than everything that destabilizes me. I also surrender to you the pressures that surround me, the internal demands that I create for myself, the expectations that I carry, the responsibilities that sometimes seem too great for my frail hands. You know the exhaustion this brings. You know the weight this generates. You know how it drains my strength even before the day begins. And so, Lord, I no longer want to wake up trying to be strong alone. I place every responsibility in your hands because I know that you have enough strength to sustain what I can no longer handle. Lord, I surrender to you the changes I don't understand, the transitions that frighten me, the doors that close without explanation, the paths that suddenly change, the unexpected turns. You know how my heart stirs before the unexpected, how I fear what I cannot foresee, how I struggle against the unknown. But today I surrender all of this before you, because you are the God who is present even when the earth trembles and the mountains shake. Nothing that changes takes me away from your protection. I also surrender to you the areas that seem beyond my reach. Those things I cannot resolve, those things I cannot understand, those things I cannot fix, those things that time has not healed, those things that the mind has not organized, those things that the heart has not yet overcome. You know how much this weighs on me, how much it destabilizes me, how much it affects me. But today, I place all of this before you, because if there is anyone capable of bringing order to chaos, it is you. I surrender to you the worries that try to accompany me all day long, the worries about my life, my future, those I love, the decisions I need to make. You know how these worries sometimes grow faster than my faith. But today, Lord, I want to reverse that order. I want faith to grow faster than fear. I want trust to flourish before doubt. I want security to come before instability. And so I surrender everything before you, because you are refuge, and I need that shelter. I also surrender to you that which only I know, my most intimate thoughts, my most silent fears, the anxieties I don't have the courage to express. You know every detail, every layer, every hidden part, and so I place everything on your altar, because I know nothing is too small for your attention and nothing is too great for your hand. Lord, I surrender everything, absolutely everything, because I know that what I place in your hands ceases to be instability and becomes rest. If this prayer is touching sensitive areas of your heart, I want to invite you to make a discreet gesture, but one full of spiritual meaning. It's not for me, nor for numbers. It's between you and God. Click like, as if silently saying, "Lord, you are my refuge." This small act becomes a declaration of faith, a way of registering before heaven that you are surrendering what weighs you down and choosing to trust. And sometimes it is precisely this simple gesture that makes this message reach someone who is experiencing the same inner turmoil you felt today. May the peace that is being born within you overflow into other lives as well. Lord, now that my heart finds rest in your presence, I come to ask you for what only your hands can grant: guidance and peace. Because when life seems unstable, when everything around seems to waver, when every area seems to move at the same time, it's easy to lose focus, lose your bearings, even lose clarity about what to do. But you are the God who remains steadfast, and that is why I place before you every step I need to take. Guide my thoughts, Lord, in the first hours of this day, before uncertainty tries to invade my mind, before fear tries to fabricate scenarios that don't exist, before my heart tries to chase after answers that only time and your voice can reveal. Calm what is agitated, silence what is confused, illuminate what is dark. Show me, even in the morning, the path I should follow. Father, give me discernment to see what comes from you and what comes only from my anxiety. Show me when I am reacting to chaos instead of reacting to your presence. Show me when I am trying to control what was never in my hands. Show me when I'm allowing external circumstances to dictate the tone of my inner self. Teach me to recognize your voice in the details, in the unexpected conversation, in the door that opens slowly, in the advice that arrives at the right time, in the silence that is often the wisest answer. Lord, I ask you for peace, not the peace that depends on everything being perfect, but the peace that remains even when nothing seems solid, the peace that sustains, the peace that stabilizes, the peace that guards the heart when the world shakes, the peace that allows me to breathe deeply, look up, and remember, God is my refuge and strength. Give me that peace, Lord. The peace that does not waver when the waters roar, when the mountains move, when circumstances change. The peace that springs from the certainty that you remain my safe haven. Lord, guide every decision I need to make today, the small ones and the big ones, the obvious ones and the difficult ones. May I not act hastily or impulsively. May I not decide driven by fear, despair, or insecurity. May my choices be guided by wisdom, calmness, and your presence. May I know how to wait when it is time to wait, to move forward when it is time to move forward, and to rest when it is time to simply trust. Guide my relationships, Lord. May I not misinterpret words, not create worries where there are none, not see a storm where there is only a breeze. Deliver me from unnecessary conflicts, from tensions created by my own emotional instability, from fears that distort reality. May I be an instrument of peace in conversations, of balance in reactions, of serenity in actions. Lord, I also entrust to you my practical paths, commitments, responsibilities, tasks, professional decisions, emotional choices, routines. May each step be firmly grounded in you. May I perceive when you are opening doors and when you are closing them. May I not insist where it is not safe. May I not hesitate where you have already confirmed. May I not get lost in what is secondary and forget the essential, that you are my refuge, even when everything around me seems unstable. And above all, Father, guide my spirit. May I not awaken carrying the weight of the day, but carrying the confidence that you are with me. May I not live at the mercy of circumstances, but in the shadow of your care. May I not begin this morning trying to survive, but knowing that I am being sustained by you. Give me clear direction and profound peace, Lord. May these two things coming from you guide every moment of this day. Amen. Lord, now I want to claim for myself the promises that you left in your word for those who face exactly what I face when life seems unstable. Psalm 46 is not just an ancient text, it is a spiritual shelter, a refuge declared by God himself, a divine guarantee amidst human uncertainties. And today, I receive these promises as an anchor, direction, and security for my heart. Your word says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, not a distant help, not a slow help, not an occasional help, but a very present help. This means, Lord, that while fear tries to rush ahead, your care is already here. While instability tries to push me away from balance, your presence is already positioned around me. I receive this promise as absolute truth for my day. You are my refuge, the place where I find protection, and you are my fortress, the place where I find strength. And the text continues saying, therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way. Lord, I apply this promise to my life now. Even when everything around me seems to change too quickly, even when situations seem to slip out of my hands, even when essential areas of my life seem shaken, I choose not to fear. Not because I am strong, but because you are unshakable. You are the firmness that remains when everything seems fragile. The psalm also declares there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God. Lord, I receive this image within me, a river that flows even when everything is shaky, a river that brings life when the soul is weary, a river that nourishes, sustains, renews, and that does not depend on circumstances to exist. May this river touch my inner being now, bringing peace where there was tension, bringing firmness where there was insecurity, bringing gentleness where there was emotional rigidity. May this river be a constant reminder that your presence flows, even when everything around seems dry and unstable. And then the psalm says, God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. Lord, I receive this promise for myself. If you are at the center of my life, if you are at the center of my day, if you are at the center of my emotions, then I will not be shaken. The world may sway, but I will not fall. Circumstances may tremble, but I will remain. Because I am not sustained by human stability, but by divine presence. If you are with me, I do not live at the mercy of life's winds, but anchored in your faithfulness. And finally, Lord, I receive the command that Psalm 46 itself declares, be still and know that I am God. You don't ask me to run. You don't ask me to predict. You don't ask me to control. You ask me to be still, to be silent, to breathe, and to trust. To be still is not to give up. It is to rest in who you are. It is to remember that even when everything seems unstable, you remain stable. It is to remember that when the world seems uncertain, you remain faithful. It is to remember that when I don't know what to do, you have already seen everything, the beginning, the middle, and the end. I receive this command as a spiritual embrace. Be still. I am God. It's as if the Lord were saying, I know what you're going through, but I am greater. I know what is shaking you, but I remain firm. I know what frightens you, but I am your refuge. Therefore today I apply all these promises to myself. I embrace this truth. Even if life seems unstable, God is my refuge, and I will not be shaken. I rest in this. I walk in this. I believe in this. Amen. Lord, I now stand before you not only for myself, but for the life of this person who is praying with me at this moment. You know exactly what has made their life seem unstable. You know what trembles beneath their feet, what shakes their heart, what stirs their mind, what causes insecurity, fear, or exhaustion. Nothing they feel is too small for you, and nothing that weighs upon them goes unnoticed by your caring gaze. Father, visit that heart deeply now. Go to the exact point where she feels she has lost control. Go to the place where unresolved decisions reside. Go to the space where she tries to be strong, but inside she is tired. Touch, Lord, what is fragile. Calm what is agitated. Reorganize what is confused. May she feel at this moment that she is not facing life's instability alone. You are with her, sustaining, holding, and strengthening her. Lord, I pray for the areas that have been robbing her of peace. If there is emotional instability, stabilize it. If there is family instability, harmonize it. If there is financial instability, open paths. If there is spiritual instability, rekindle her faith. If there is inner instability, that silent trembling that no one notices, place your hand upon that heart and restore firmness. Your word says that you are refuge and strength, and that is what I ask, that she may be hidden in your refuge and strengthened in your presence. Father, visit her thoughts now. How many times has she woken up with a noisy mind? How many times have you felt fear without knowing why? How many times have you imagined scenarios that never happened, but still stole your peace? Silence these inner noises. Bring order where there is excess. Bring light where there is confusion. Bring calm where there is restlessness. May her heart understand that the instability around her does not define the stability within, because her stability comes from you. Lord, also visit the emotions she has been carrying alone. Touch the sadness that doesn't show on the outside. Touch the insecurity she tries to hide. Touch the emotional exhaustion that comes when she feels she is always trying to balance everything and everyone. Pour out your rest upon her. Take away the weight that doesn't belong to her. Lower the expectations she has placed on herself, and place within her a gentle yet unwavering strength, the strength that comes from your care. I intercede for her relationships as well. If there are conflicts, bring peace. If there is distance, bring closer. If there are misunderstood words, bring understanding. If there are old pains, bring healing. May the homes she walks in be surrounded by your protection. May she feel that she doesn't need to hold the world alone, because you are the God who sustains, the God who protects, and the God who organizes what she cannot. Father, I pray for this person's future. You know the steps they need to take, the decisions they fear, the doors that haven't yet opened, and even the paths they can't see. Take away their fear of tomorrow. Take away their fear of the unpredictable. Take away their fear of the unknown. Show them that their future is not in limbo. It's in your hands, and your hands never fail. Lord, protect her practical life, her work, her studies, her responsibilities, her commitments. If there is financial instability, provide sustenance. If there is professional instability, open a path. If there is instability in her routines, bestow balance. May she feel that you are the God who cares for the soul, but also cares for the circumstances. And above all, Lord, give her the profound conviction of Psalm 46. God is within her. She shall not be moved. May this truth resonate within her heart throughout the day. May she realize with each breath she takes that you are bringing stability where there was once fear. You are building firmness where there was once doubt. That you are being a refuge where there was once insecurity. I present this life before you with love, with faith, and with the certainty that the Lord is already moving what it cannot see. May today be a day of peace, stability, and rest, because you are God, and she is safe in you. Now, I want you to allow your heart to feel something it may have forgotten amidst life's instability, the strength of God entering slowly, but so truly that you can perceive it even in the way your breathing changes. Breathe. Feel the air entering, as if receiving something new. Feel the air leaving, like someone releasing what they no longer need to carry. This is the moment when the truth of Psalm 46 ceases to be just a text and becomes life within you. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Feel these words piercing through your insecurities, reaching unseen places, strengthening what was trembling within you. Life can seem unstable, emotions can fluctuate, thoughts can race too fast. Circumstances can threaten to change without warning, but there is something, or rather, someone, that remains unshaken while everything else moves, the God who sustains you. Feel it now, as if a solid foundation has emerged beneath your feet. What once seemed to be falling apart is beginning to reorganize itself. What once seemed to put pressure on you begins to lose its power. What once seemed directionless is beginning to take shape. God is telling you right now, even if everything around you shakes, you will not fall. Even if your heart wavers, I am your stability. Even if the world changes, I remain the same. Even if you see no way out, I have already prepared the path. Receive this as one receives oxygen after a long time trapped in the dark. Feel the courage being born within you, not that noisy courage, but that silent, profound courage that keeps you standing even when the situation hasn't changed. Feel your faith rising up, not as someone who ignores reality, but as someone who finally understands that there is someone greater than reality. Feel the peace growing, not because everything has been resolved, but because God is resolving it in you first. Instability doesn't define you. Fear does not dictate your destiny. Pressure doesn't determine your worth. Chaos has no authority over your steps. God defines you. God is the one who sustains your steps. God is the one who holds your mind. God is the one who protects your heart. And when God is your refuge, even the most difficult days become bearable. When God is your strength, even the deepest battles find rest. When God is your present help, instability becomes merely a backdrop, not a sentence. Today, something new is being born within you. A stronger heart, a calmer mind, a more stable spirit, a deeper trust. Feel it. Take this. Declare this within yourself. God is my refuge. I will not be shaken. The Lord sustains me today. The Lord is with me now. Because when that truth takes root within you, nothing external can destroy what God has raised up inside you. Today, you don't start your day feeling insecure. You start it protected. It doesn't start out unstable. It starts out supported. It doesn't start out fragile. It starts out cared for. It doesn't begin alone. It begins accompanied by the God who never fails. And this is how you will proceed throughout the day, with force, with peace, with stability, with God. If this prayer found you in the midst of a turbulent day and brought peace to your heart, I want to invite you to continue walking with us every morning. Here, you never start the day alone. Each sunrise is a new chance to hear God's voice, to strengthen your soul, and to find refuge in His presence before facing the world. Sign up to be part of this faith community where we all seek the same safe place, God's care. It's not about numbers, it's about walking together, believing together, and growing together. And if you know someone who is going through uncertain times, someone who may need refuge, share this prayer with that person. Sometimes God uses exactly that, a word at the right time, to touch a weary heart. May the Lord envelop you now with the peace that only He can offer, the peace that remains even when everything around you seems unstable. May you feel within yourself, as you finish this prayer, a strength that does not come from circumstances, but from the constant presence of God, who is a safe refuge every day, especially on difficult days. May He calm the thoughts that try to worry you, silence the fears that try to rise up, and place upon your heart a tranquility so profound that nothing external can take it away. May you walk today knowing that no matter what happens, God is by your side, sustaining, protecting, and guiding every step. I pray that the Lord illuminates your path, strengthens your decisions, gives you balance in your words and serenity in your gaze. May you perceive small signs of His care throughout the day, an unexpected answer, a sudden relief, a calming thought. May every detail remind you, He is your refuge. May this peace accompany you from now until the last minute of the night. And may you end this day recognizing that God was present in everything, even in what you did not see. I await you tomorrow for another moment of faith, renewal, and rest for your soul. Go in peace. The Lord is your refuge today.